Greetings nerdy list aficionados and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. Now there are many superheroes who allegedly cannot die. Very few live up to that edict, but they do try to. However, not all of these immortal heroes are powerhouses. Some are what would be colloquially deemed as weak. Of course, we're going to have some different metrics for this, and we will of course outline them as we go. I'm Sasha, and these are the top 10 weak superheroes who can't die. Let's get started. Number 10, Gwenpool. Gwenpool most recently underwent a retcon to transform her into a mutant, although it is handled in such a way that her original origin still stands as well. It makes sense if you read it. Gwen has meta abilities now. They've been retconned to reality warping abilities. However, prior to this, she was able to slide into the white space, and it pretty effectively kept her from harm. Her very position as originating outside the 616 or any Marvel universe, but instead in the real world, seemed to grant her an invulnerability to harm, not afforded to other characters. One will have to wait and see what the future holds for Gwen now that she is a resident of Krakoa. Are you a fan of this mutant retcon? Let us know. So, how is she weak? Well, she's just an average girl with no training. Get her in a fight without her advantages and well, it would be over pretty quickly. Number 9, Painkiller Jane. Painkiller Jane is Jane Vasco, created in 1996. After being resurrected after a bomb planted inside her body detonates, she is transformed into a superhuman with regenerative powers. And so began, or I guess continued, her action-packed life. Painkiller Jane is described as virtually indestructible, and she can heal minor injuries in seconds. But she can still be hurt. Extremely regenerative is not non-vulnerable. She can take a lot of punishment but not avoid it. She also doesn't have any special offensive abilities either, just that she's hard to take out. Pretty much impossible. Her name comes from that fact. Lots of pain. Number 8, Resurrection Man. This character first appeared in Resurrection Man number 1 back in 1997. His name is Mitchell Shelley, but he goes by Mitch. He has the ability to revive himself, or rather it just kind of happens to him. But he can still die, and stays dead for a small period of time. We've got crawling out of grave things happening. He gained his powers after being unwittingly experimented upon with nanotechnology. He lost his memory for several months as well, but that was far less of an impact than becoming immortal. So when he dies, he is resurrected, and has powers influenced by the manner/superpower he was killed by. So he goes on a quest for his memories and to see how his powers work. So he becomes more dangerous every time he dies, in theory. But well, before that, he was just a guy who died. And depending on how he resurrects, he's not much to deal with either. So Resurrection Man, he can die a lot, but not permanently. Number 7, Deadman. Reach with me, get your exercise in. Now you may be saying, Deadman is already dead. Boston Brand bit the dust. Yes he did. And that means he cannot die again. He possesses bodies to be able to talk to others. And that means he can't normally impact the physical plane too much either. So he's very limited in his abilities, and that can make him weak. It can also make him terrifying, you know, hopping from body to body, coming for you. But yeah, when you're dead, you're dead. Definitely limits your options. I mean, I assume. I wouldn't know. So can't die, cause already dead. There's a definite. Number 6, Mr. Immortal. Well, it's all in the name, isn't it? It's right there. Mr. Immortal debuted in West Coast Avengers number 46 in 1989. His mother died shortly after birth, and when she died, she asked an entity known as Death Urge or Dirge to look after her son, Craig Hollis. This would manifest as the entity making it so that Craig could not die, even though he wanted to. In fact, he figured this out after a suicide attempt. He would eventually decide to use this ability to fight crime. But other than that, he doesn't have any abilities. He's not super strong, super fast, or anything. He just can't die. And he uses this to his advantage psychologically, like allowing himself to be killed and then coming back to taunt his enemies. I mean, that's messed up. It creates an interesting dynamic, and he has a very unique relationship with death and the beyond as a result. Number 5, Lobo. That's right, the main man himself. He debuted in Omega Men number 3 in 1983. So Lobo has been banned from entering heaven or hell, and is as a result essentially immortal. He also has a crazy healing factor to boot. He's not impossible to take out, but he's tougher than most on this list. So why is he here? Well, he's only unkillable because he was banned from hell after he was sent there and he proved too much for the demons. So if Lobo ever softens up for some reason, he may find himself dead. His immortality is tenuous at best, and that makes him weak. he has to maintain his extra macho attitude at all times. Not that he would say that was a problem. He seems to enjoy it. Number 4, Bruce Banner. That's right, not the Hulk, Bruce Banner. Yes, Bruce Banner is a hero. He helps out with his scientific mind and by keeping the Hulk in check. However, at the time of this recording, Bruce Banner cannot die. If he does, he is resurrected by the Hulk. But Banner can be and has been killed quite brutally, only to be dragged away from eternal rest by his larger, greener counterpart. Whether Banner and the Hulk are one and the same, a fractured personality, or literally different people now inhabiting the same body, either way, the Hulk is far stronger than Bruce Banner, and the fact that he can't die means he's bringing Bruce along for the ride. Number 3, Franklin Richards. Franklin Richards is an Omega-level mutant, whose father Reed shot him with a coma gun. This was to try and find a way to suppress his abilities because they were getting out of control. Franklin was creating pocket universes without even fully having the ability to comprehend what he was doing. His reality warping powers are off the scale. He has been shown to be one of the beings who will be present at the end of the universe as a whole. It's pretty chilling stuff. Yet, outside of that, he is just a child. Well, a teen now. He's been aged up a bit at the time of this recording. He calls himself Powerhouse, which is very accurate for a teenage superhero name. He was going through a whole every time I use my powers I get weaker thing, but how that works with the new Dawn of X continuity we'll see, because there's a whole shakeup coming. This is because the X-Men want to separate him from his loving family because of his genetics. I mean, hooray, mutant bread. Number 2, Deadpool. Deadpool is known for his healing ability. He can survive anything, either by the curse of immortality or just because of the absurd effectiveness of said healing factor. He may be essentially immortal, but he's not unkillable. Deadpool dies a decent amount. He gets maimed a lot too. Not that he minds too much, because it means that he can spend some time with his lady love, Death. He is, however, not hard to kill. You can take him out, and you can do this any way you want. The reason people have a hard time is because he's really skilled and unpredictable because of all his years of murking. That's why it doesn't happen too often. I mean, who doesn't want to be good at what they do? Aside from Deadshot, this isn't about him. Deadpool is taken out in some gory and memorable ways, but he always comes back. The body may be weak, but the healing factor is strong. And in at number 1, Groot. Groot has a lot of skills, yes. I would not want to fight a giant sentient tree. No one would, or should. But at the same time, trees have many weaknesses, like fires and axes. There are so many ways you can take out Groot, but he will regrow, stronger than before, and wiser. Groot has seemingly died on many occasions, but each time only a sprig remained, and it was enough for Groot to return. And of course, the MCU gave us the adorableness that was dancing baby Groot. And who can resist that? People with hearts of stone, that's who. Or you know, just who like other things. No judgment here on Top 10 Nerd. So those were 10 weak superheroes who can't die. Did we miss any that you can think of? Let us know down below. I'm Sasha, and thanks so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you never miss a vid. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.